Hello friends, today we will discuss about Wuthering Heights, a novel written by Emily Brontë. It was first published in 1847 under the pseudonym Alice Bell. It was her first and only published novel as she died aged the following year. Wuthering Heights is the name of the title of farmhouse on the Yorkshire moors where the story unfolds. Its core theme is the enduring love between the protagonist Catherine Earnshaw and her father's adopted son Heathcliff, and how it eventually destroys their lives and the lives of those around them. In that time when this novel was written in Alice Bell, which was a pen name used by Emily Brontë. Why she used a male's name? Because in that time it is a Victorian novel. Those time they were the people who doesn't like to read the books written by the female writers. So due to that perception, the Brontë sisters used to write their work under the name of male pen names so that audience will give them a equal platform to read and they will not judge them because of their female status. Next point, it's come short summary of this novel. Wuthering Heights is a story about revenge by the character Heathcliff. He is a gypsy-like man that only lived until he takes revenge from the family whom he was taken by. As he was not treated well by the children of this family, to whom he had grudges against, he falls in love with Catherine Earnshaw, who later on leave him due to lack of his social status and marry Edgar Linton in order to be a part of high social status, which can only be given by him but not by Heathcliff, as he was an orphan child. This hurts Heathcliff's soul and he left Yorkshire. He only returns after their marriage with the mysterious wealth in his hand and only take rest after taking his revenge from both families who contributed their all to ruin his family and make him miserable. Next, we will discuss in a detailed way of this novel summary, and the summary, the novel started from the late winter months of 1801 when a middle-aged man named Lockwood come as a tenant in a manor house called Thrushcross Grange is isolated countryside in England. At this place he met his stern landlord Heathcliff, who was a very wealthy man, resides at an ancient castle called Wuthering Heights. In this inhabited blustery countryside, Lockwood asked his housekeeper, Nellie Dane, to narrate the past of Heathcliff and the strange people of Wuthering Heights. When Lockwood managed to convince Nellie, and while she was narrating the life of Heathcliff, as she was telling, Lockwood started writing this narration as a story in his diary. These written recollections form the main part of Wuthering Heights. Nellie starts by telling him about her childhood, as how she was come in the place called Wuthering Heights as a young girl and used to work there as a servant. And the Wuthering Heights owner name was Mr. Earnshaw and his family. One day Mr. Earnshaw goes to Liverpool and brings an orphan boy whom he said he will going to brought up as his own son with his own children. At first, this is the very shocking thing for the family, but later on, as he was the adult male of the family, they never object him, so they have to accept his decision. But the children were not very much happy with this decision, so they start taunting and very cruelly behaving with the Heathcliff, and the children name were Handley and Catherine. They were never been liking terms with the darkish Heathcliff. Later on in the novel, we will come to across that Catherine starts loving him and develop a liking towards him very quickly. They used to spend days and time together with each other. They were like indissoluble and played together all day long. After Mr. Shaw and Sean's wife dies, he started to prefer Heathcliff as his own son while Hindley continues his misbehaving nature to insult Heathcliff all the time. As Mr. Earnshaw notices his behavior towards Heathcliff, he sends Hindley away to the college and keeps Heathcliff beside him as his own son. After 3 years of this incident, Mr. Unsure died, and all his assets goes under the possession of Hindley as he was his biological son. So in that time when he wasn't make any will regarding the wealth. So it was automatically given to Hindley, including the Wuthering Heights. He returns with with his wife named Frances and look for Heathcliff to take revenge. Where he was born as an orphan, later Cosette like a favorable son. But when his life goes under the hands of Hindley, he was forced to work in the fields. Hindley used to abuse him in every way he can. He made the life of Heathcliff in a very cruel way, and he used to treat him as a servant, and he treats very badly. On the other hand, he and Catherine shared a close relationship. However, at one night when they were wandering near Thrushcross Grange, hoping to tease Edgar and Isabella Linton, who used to live at this castle, but Catherine ends up bitten by a dog and forced to stay at the Grange to recover for 5 weeks. During this time, Mrs. Linton made her into a proper young woman. By this time, she recovers and returns while she was starting liking the Edgar, and her relationship with Heathcliff changed. After the death of Frances, wife of Hen- wife of Hindley, just after giving birth to a boy named Hareton. Hindley became alcoholic and behaved even more inhumanly with Heathcliff. Eventually, Catherine's attraction towards social advancement leads her towards engagement to Edgar Linton, even knowing her unstoppable love towards Heathcliff. It drives Heathcliff to run away from Wuthering Heights and stay away for 3 years, and he returned only after undertaking of Catherine's and Edgar's marriage. When Heathcliff comes back, he seeks the revenge from those who have done wrong with him. He arrived with an immense and mysterious wealth and continuously lent money to Hindley, who was in debt already, and make him fall in deeper hopeless condition. When Hindley dies, Heathcliff inherits all his wealth, including Wuthering Heights. Later, he marries Isabel Linton and inherits Thrushcross Grange too, but he treats her very badly. Catherine gets ill and gives birth to a daughter and dies. This incident broke Heathcliff from inside and made him beg to her spirit to be on earth with him as he does not want to be alone. Shortly after this incident, Isabel flees to London and gives birth to Heathcliff's son and keep him there with her by naming him Linton after her family. 13 years later, while Nellie Dean nurses Catherine's daughter as her nursemaid at Thrushcross Grange, young Catherine is very pretty and strong-headed, just like her mother, but her anger is modified by her father's gentle influence. She grew up at the Grange with no hint of the existence of Wuthering Heights. One day when she was wandering in the fields, then she come across this manor and meets Hareton. After meeting him, starts playing with him. Soon after, when Heathcliff's wife dies in London, his son returns to live with his father. After son's arrival to Heathcliff, he treats his own son even in more rude way than his own wife, whom he used to mistreat before. 3 years later, young Catherine meets Heathcliff on the moors, and he invites her to his place Wuthering Heights to introduce her to Linton. From this meeting onwards, they start their secret love through the series of letters. One day when Nellie found out about the letters and she destroyed them. After this incident, young Catherine starts her meetings with Linton at night to spend time with her young lover. As Linton was sick child from his childhood, he used to get sick more often, and due to this, he asked her to come to his place and take care of his health for fast recovery. However, these incidents and complications give a hint of manipulation done by Heathcliff to his son in order to lure her towards him and later on take his revenge on Edgar Linton through his daughter. One day when Edgar Linton grew sick and reached very near to his deathbed, Heathcliff allured Nellie and young Catherine to Wuthering Heights and keep them there as his prisoner until Catherine marries to Linton. Soon when they get married and very after the marriage, Edgar dies. His death was followed by unhealthy Linton and Heathcliff gets control on both Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange. Later he forces Catherine to live at Wuthering Heights as a servant while rents Thrushcross Grange to Lockwood. Nellie ends her story by telling till the present. Lockwood, dismayed, discontinue his tenancy at Thrushcross Grange and go back to London. However, after 6 months, he drops over to Nellie to find further developments which may happen in the narration. Although young Catherine always makes fun of Hareton's negligence and his illiteracy as he was forced to sit at home by Heathcliff after Henley died. On the other hand, she felt attractive towards him as they both were living at Wuthering Heights together. Heathcliff became too much infatuated towards elder Catherine and started hallucinating. One night when he was walking on the moors while imagining himself talking to Catherine's ghost and dies. Hareton and young Catherine inherited Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange and decided to get married on the next year's New Year's Day. After hearing the ending of the story, Lockwood paid visit to the graves of Catherine and Heathcliff subsequently. Now, guys, we will come on the characters as many times this question comes in a detailed way to narrate the story from the eyes of Nellie, and many times the characterization comes in a way comment on the character of Heathcliff as a revengeful hero or comment on the Catherine as a feminist poor heroine. So such way we should know what to write in the characterization. Here I am giving you some major points. Later you can also expand these points by relating them to the main plot of the story, which I have discussed already in the above section of the summary. First major character is Heathcliff. He was found and presumed as orphan on the streets of Liverpool and taken to Wuthering Heights by Mr. Earnshaw and reluctantly cared for and by his family. He and Catherine grew close. Their love is a central theme of the first volume. His revenge against the men who chose to marry and its consequences are the central theme of the second volume. He has been considered as a Byronic hero, but critics have pointed out that he reinvents himself at various points, making his character hard to fit into any single type. Because of this ambiguous position in the society and his lack of status, his character has been a favorite subject of Marxist criticism. He is swarthy, loner's, little demonic, but definitely sexy like Mr. Rochester, as I have given the reference from the Jane Eyre, Mr. Rochester's novel. Though both characters have been used by the critics in a contrast way, as both were looking having a very darkish skin and still the protagonist of the both novel like them. His language is gibberish and dark like a gypsy, which others provokes him by calling other names too as wicked boy and villain of the story. Many times was we as a reader to sympathize with him as Hindley was treating him very cruelly as he was an orphan and living in a castle of their father. By this point, we get to realize how novelists portrayed the picture of upper class and lower class, and how problems arise in between two classes. But later on, Heathcliff's transformation changes the views of readers from a helpless boy into a revengeful villain who want to take revenge from those who did wrong to him. Later, he ends up in dying in the memories of his beloved, whom he admired throughout his life. But as his dark skin and helpless childhood come into consideration, he was used by upper class and then thrown like a useless thing. Next character comes as Catherine Earnshaw. She was first introduced to the reader after her death through Lockwood's discovery of her diary and carvings. Description of her life is confined almost entirely to the first novel. She was very unsure whether she wants to become like Heathcliff or Edgar, but later on end up choosing Edgar due to his social status. It is as if she wants both of them together and cannot see herself without any of them. But taking both together as a man cannot be possible, of course. It was a choice of her, as she has to choose between nature and culture. Some critics later on argued her decision to marry Edgar as allegedly a rejection of nature and surrender to culture. Many times you guys can also use the critic's name in the answers. It will be more appropriable to use these words to give an impression that yes, you know the right things about the novel. Her character portrays feminist character who act as a confused and infatuated towards a social status, like every upper class people was doing in that time. She presents a wild girl's character who is both in her high and lively spirit with a pinch of cruelty. She was sometimes contrasted with Isabel Linton, who is a great example of civilization and culture, as of her mother who taught her to be a lady. When they were portraying as young females in this novel, and we see them as foil to each other. Even they were born in same year, yet they were very contrast from each other. Later in the novel, when Catherine died, she wasn't buried in a chapel with lanterns, but in the corner of Kirkyard. She was buried with Edgar on one side and the Heathcliff on the other side, as showing their conflicts when they were alive. Next character comes at Edgar Linton. He was introduced as a child in the Linton family. He resides at Thrushcross Grange. His style and manners are in sharp contrast to Heathcliff's, who instantly dislikes him, but Catherine, who is drawn to him. Catherine marries him instead of Heathcliff because of his high social status. From perspective of feminist theory, this exemplifies the problems inherent in a social structure in which women can gain prestige and financial security only through marriage. He was born in a high reputed family to have a life as a gentleman. He was very well mannered and elegant with civilized etiquettes. These qualities made Catherine get attracted towards him due to his such kind of upbringing. She chose him over Heathcliff. As the reader, we can see the descriptions of Edgar as a pampered child, as his gentleman's behavior portrayed his impotence and weak nature. Edgar was very weak in front of Heathcliff in order to counter him, and his helplessness made him more fragile when, in the end of the novel, Heathcliff, forced his daughter to marry his son when Edgar was on his deathbed. The novelist made him a sympathetic character with whom reader get a soft corner for what Heathcliff did to him as a father and how Heathcliff ruined his happiness even in his deathbed and took his revenge finally. Next character is the main character of how we are getting the story come out from the Nellie Dane's point of view. The main narrator of the novel, Nellie is a servant of all three generations of Earnshaw and Linton's family. In a sense, she straddles the culture versus nature divide. She is humbly born and has lived and worked amid the rough manners of Wuthering Heights. She is an educated woman who has experienced the gentler manner of Thrushcross Grange. She used to refer as Ellen to show respect and as Nellie among those close to her. Nellie comes across as an unbiased narrator. She is a very patient and caring woman who used to take care of others. She started her childhood till her lifetime as a role of household keeper and did a great job throughout the story. Later she nurses on Hareton. She provides a nurturing role to all the children, especially Kathy Linton. In the end of the story, if she would take a stand to say no to Kathy when she had arrived and tell Nellie about the sick condition of Linton, at that time if she stands and refuses Kathy to go at Heathcliff place as she knew him as a child, then things will be different to Kathy and Nellie as a guardian can change her life and prevent her from marrying Linton. Isabel Linton is the next character, introduced as a part of Linton's family. She was a sister of Edgar Linton. She felt attractive towards Heathcliff in between the story. She views Heathcliff as a romantic hero. Despite Catherine's warning her against such a view and later becomes an unwitting participant in his plot of taking revenge from Edgar. Heathcliff marries her and behaves very cruelly and abusively with her to show his bad behavior towards her in front of Edgar. Later she escapes to London and gives birth to a son Linton. She is portrayed as a true conventional, tragic romantic heroine of Wuthering Heights. She is portrayed as a foil to Catherine Earnshaw throughout the novel. Contrast to Catherine, she is more educated and civilized, where Catherine portrayed as a free-willed young girl who was not aware of any civilized nature of ladies. As story grew, her behavior became more persistent and stubborn than she was in young age. In spite of everyone's warning, she took decision and married Heathcliff, which shows her independent thought towards her marriage. Through this context, we get to know her wild, stubborn nature even more than Catherine. To ignore the social norms and take a decision to marry a man with no family and social connections. Next character is Lockwood. The first narrator he rents Thrushcross Grange to escape society. But in the end, he decides that society is preferable to a situation in which one might ending up like a Heathcliff. He narrates the book until chapter 4 when the main narrator Nellie continued the story. He was a visitor from London and is unfamiliar with Yorkshire rituals. He ma- he was many times show the haughtiness and rude behavior towards the people whoever he meets in his stay and pretend to be superior to them and want to enjoy his stay alone without any disturbance. However, he starts feeling curious about the people live on the heights and their story of past. Then out of curiosity he asks Nellie to narrate the story of residents. Now these are the small, very minor characters of the novel. Very hardly we get the questions on these characters, but if sometimes we are getting the questions as a characterization of these minor characters, then you must know the relationship in between these characters to the major characters. And then in the introduction you can write about these characters a little bit and then move towards the main story and the plot of the novel. First, it's the seventh character of the novel. They come in a minor characters Hindley and Shaw. Catherine's brother later married to Francis. He used to treat Heathcliff very rudely and cruelly when he brought up by Earnshaw and never liked him. Next is Hareton Earnshaw, the son of Hindley and Francis, first raised by Nellie. Then, when his mother died, Heathcliff became his guardian as his own father was a drunken person. Next character is Kathy Linton, the daughter of Catherine Earnshaw and Edgar Linton. She is a spirited girl unaware of her parents' history. Edgar is a very protective of her. She was later forced by Heathcliff to marry his son Linton and caged her inside the Wuthering Heights. Only allow her to go until she marries his son when Edgar was on his deathbed. Linton Heathcliff, the son of the Heathcliff and Isabel, who is a weak child. His character resembles Heathcliff's, and but without its only redeeming feature, capacity to love. He marries Kathy Linton because his father directs him to do so. Joseph, a servant at Wuthering Heights, who is a devout Christian, he speaks very well, a very thick Yorkshire accent. Next character is Frances, a generally amiable character and is Handley's wife and gives birth to Hareton Earnshaw. Next character is Kenneth, a doctor is in a nearby village. It's a very minor character who is very rarely come in the novel. Next is Zillah, a servant of Heathcliff at Wuthering Heights during the period following Catherine's death. Next, I'm discussing here the themes which are used by the novelist in the novel, and you can, guys, later on after writing the plot of this novel, you can write these themes which you can connect to and explain with the main characters in the novel. First theme is wild and domestic. In this theme, com you can give the comparison between the Catherine and mm Isabel Linton. Catherine was included in the wild and domestic will come for the Isabel because she was very civilized. In the contrary, in the boys thing, you can use wild in the Heathcliff and domestic with the Edgar Linton. Next theme is marriage. Marriage is the very main theme of this novel. If Catherine was not ready and decided to marry Edgar, maybe the things will happen in a very different way, and Heathcliff's nature will not come into the revengeful act which has been portrayed in the novel. Next theme is comparison with cinema. In those times, as when the Alice Bell, the Emily Brontë was writing this novel, cinema was just introduced in the society and she was very much influenced by that. So due to that, she also narrate in her own story that something like this high status girl and low status boy, how they come into contact and how their life will affect by a particular decision taken by the elders. So it is very much influenced by the comparison of cinema. And guys, you can also skip this theme if you don't want to use it, and if you're not getting that much comparison with this in the novel. Later, next we are coming to the rebellion. Rebellion is the very major theme of the novel because Heathcliff is the main character who is doing this major rebellion thing with the other characters. Next is romanticism. You can also use romanticism in this novel as it's a time when the novel published, the romanticism has been introduced in the society. Next is changing society. In those time, it is very much not acceptable that high society people are connecting with the low society, as the Mr. Enshaw has taken the decision to change the society by taking a poor person, a poor boy into his high society family and make him a part. But later on that decision comes into a very wrong way to the Heathcliff because he always be mistreated by the high society people. Next is industrial revolution. Industrial revolution has just started in the novel and it was introduced due to where the Liverpool, the situation was portrayed there. It was all the industrialized influence picture there. It is a Victorian novel also. It is a Victorian novel, which is an example. This novel is because the writer is belonged to that time when she was using a male's name under when she was a female writer. Next is materialism. Materialism is a very major theme also from the point of view the female, the Catherine's point that materialism is what the society is very important, money is very important, social status is very important. That's why on these basis she chose Edgar Linton over the Heathcliff because he was not in a state to provide these stuff to her. Next point is destructiveness of love with which lasts forever. It is the theme where the Heathcliff is showing on the part of love how much he used to love Catherine and how much he waited for her, but his love was not that much important to Catherine because she belongs to a high family, and he throughout the novel he cling to that love, and when she dies he lost his conscience and he lost his all senses and become very much troubled person because he start hallucinating. Next theme is reality of social society. In this novel we can come across with the reality of social society as in the way that how the high class and the lower class collide with each other when they cross their paths. Next is nature versus culture. In this theme, you can give the example of Heathcliff and the Edgar. How Catherine used to see these two men as nature versus culture. So how she adopt one over another. Next, I'm mentioning important quotations I have taken from the text, and you can also mention very after the themes in your answers. And you have to use each and every word like this without any changes, without any other explanations, because these are the only lines taken by the characters, written by the novelist. We don't need to elaborate them and we don't need to explain them. So this is the first quotation I'm using. I am Heathcliff. You can also use this novel, this quotation when you're describing a particular character. Like I am Heathcliff, he is always in my mind. This is the line said by the Catherine in chapter 9 as how Heathcliff used to introduce himself. I am Heathcliff. On the same side, he was no one. But he has that aura and that confidence in his voice that, okay, I am Heathcliff. So this is the way she used to remember him because she's telling here ki he is always like this. The Heathcliff is a picture and a man. He always be roaming in the woman's mind. So how much she loves him, it shows in this line. Next point is be with one always. Take any form, drive me mad. Only do not leave me in this abyss. I cannot live without my life. I cannot live without my soul. These are the lines said by the Heathcliff in chapter 16 when the Catherine died and he was totally mad and he was asking her spirit to be with him and don't let him alone, and whether whatever she wants to do with him she can do, but at least don't go anywhere anyhow. Next, I'm mentioning the short hints of remembering the people from a particular family. So, because every many characters are there with the H alphabet, and we can get confused very easily. So, you people can get the idea of which character belong to which family. It's the Anshaw family. These Anshaw family consist Catherine Earnshaw, who was later on wife of Edgar and girlfriend of and the lover of Heathcliff. Next, Heathcliff, it's also come in the Earnshaw family because Mr. Earnshaw has adopted him. So he become the part of this family. It's an adopted son. Next, Hindley, it's a biological Earnshaw of the Mr. Earnshaw. He's a biological son. He's Catherine's brother. Hareton, son of Hindley, the major, you can also remember like a cruel brother who is always used to abuse the main character. So Hareton is symbolized with the Hindley. So you can connect with these two characters, son of Hindley. Next is Heathcliff. He is the son of Heathcliff and husband of young Catherine. He was a sick guy. And then Nellie, Joseph, Zella. These are the three servants of the Earnshaw family. And then later on, Lockwood, the narrator. He doesn't come in the Earnshaw family still. It's I've written here. Next is Linton family. Edgar, husband of Catherine, Isabella, wife of Heathcliff. These two are brother sister. Okay, whom the Heathcliff and Catherine used to meet, and they were used to make fun of these two characters because they were very weak from their point because they both belong to a wild nature and these two belong for the civilized nature. They don't used to talk very much. Then there's a Kathy, daughter of Catherine, and Francis, wife of Hindley. These are the characters I have mentioned here, and I hope this video will help you in taking care and remembering the lines and the context of this novel. And I hope you will get a best of luck with the my explanation of this novel. And if you like this video, and you can subscribe my channel and share this lessons of this Wuthering Heights novel written by Emily Bront. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.